Okay, so on example 1, it says find the percent of change and the cost of gasoline from 1970 to 2010. Round to the nearest whole percent if necessary. So our key words is we're going from 1970 to 2010, and we're going to round to the nearest whole percent if necessary. So our original amount is going to correspond to the year 1970, which is $1.30. Yep, you can underline it with me. And we're going to the cost in 2010, which was $2.95. So first of all, are we increasing or decreasing? Ashley?
I have a question on your book. It says 1970.
Yeah, I know. You guys have the different, yeah, it's okay. 1970 yours says 1980, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
Okay, but are we increasing or decreasing if we're going from $1.30 to $2.95? Berkeley? We're increasing, right? So that would be our first answer is increase. Our second answer, we need to find how much it does increase. How are we going to figure that out? How do we figure out how much it increased? Caden, what do you think?
Would be divide 2.95 by 4.30.
Why do you want to divide?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a good. We're trying to figure out the difference between these two. So what does difference mean? Subtract. So we're going to subtract. Okay, so we would take $2.95 and subtract $1.30. We're always going to take our bigger minus our smaller. And what do you get? You can use your calculator. Five minus 0 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we should have had $1.65 for amount of change, right?
Yeah.
So our amount of change goes on top, so $1.65. And then on bottom, what was the original cost? Madison, what do you think our original cost was? $1.30 because that's what we started with, right? So $1.30. So then in our calculators, we would take $1.65 divided by $1.30. Raise your hand when you get that. Lakin, what'd you get?
I got 1.269230769.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. We at least need to do it 3 past the decimal, okay, because it said round to the nearest whole percent. So can somebody change this into a percent for me? How have I heard from today? Jordan, change that to percent for me.
You moved the decimal twice.
Okay, so I get what?
You get 126.9.
Good. Percent, and then it says to change it to the nearest whole percent, so what would I round it to? What would I round that to, Addie? 127%. Questions so far?
Wait, what?
Do you have a question on rounding, or do you have a question on Yusuf? Bought a DVD recorder for $280. Now it's on sale for $220. Find the percent of change. So we're finding the percent of change in the price, and we're going to round to the nearest whole percent. What was the original cost of my DVD player? Michaela, what was the original cost? Yep, so we're going from 280. What is the sale price now? Ashley?
$220.
Good. 220 is the sale price. So is this an increase or decrease? Decrease, right? Because it's going down. So that's our first answer. How much is it going down?
6.
How'd you do that? So you subtracted 280 minus 260, and you got, or 220, sorry, and you got 60, right? So $60 is our amount of change, and we're going to divide it by our original amount. What was the original, Emma? 280, because that's what it started out as. When I take 60 and divide by 280, Madison, you want to tell me what I get? Okay, I'm going to write 3 past the decimal because we need to round to the nearest whole percent. Lakin, can you change that into a percent for me?
21.4.
Good. Percent. And then round that to the nearest whole percent for me, Emma. S. Well, they're both S. Emma Senki. Can you round that to the nearest whole percent for me? Yes. 21, because the 4 tells the 1 to stay the same. So 21% is our final answer. Questions?